Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Griffin, and I'm a filmmaker based out of Orange County, California. And today we're going behind the scenes of a commercial. So come on, I'll take you guys with me. Got it? Got it. So the camera we're on today is the C500 Mark II. Shooting on these really cool rehoused Canon FD lenses. This one's a 20mm actually, but they're still photo lenses, but they've got a lot of character. We got some cool flaring too, so I don't know if we'll be seeing all that, but I do like the look on them. So our second camera for the day is the C70. We've got it balanced on the Ronin 2, and we're gonna be rolling that for a little gimbal shot where we're pulling out and revealing from the TV. So it should be a pretty sick shot once we get it in. One of the really important things about filming boxing, in my opinion, is using the ambient noises, like the gloves hitting the bag. It's really important to capture that in as much detail as you can. And just the internal mics built into the C70, or any camera for that matter, are really not good enough. So what I like to do is I like to make sure all the cameras are recording scratch audio that's high quality. So what I did is I actually found a really nice little small compact mic. This one's made by Deity. And one of the cool things about this mic, especially with boxing, sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's loud. And if you swing around to the back, this mic's got a stepless gain knob right here. So that's pretty cool. You can actually turn it up when the talent's kind of quiet, but once they start ripping that bag real hard, you can dial it down. So that's kind of a cool feature with this mic, and that's one of the reasons I chose it for this rig. Whenever we have windows in the shot, I like to expose for the windows first. So I'll ND down until those windows aren't blowing out super hard. Does that work for you? That's kind of where I want it. Now what I need to do is I need to bring this big light in to illuminate him. And we might meet somewhere in the middle, like here, and stop down one stop. And for this specific look we're going for, we don't mind if the windows blow a little bit because it's kind of that bright and airy look. But we don't want it to clip super hard. Another thing I'll do is I'll turn the LUT off so you can see the log image. And I'll also take a look at the waveform. You can see we're just clipping a little bit. So what we're doing right now, got our radios going off. Gino's our gaffer. You guys might remember him from one of our last BTS videos we did. But he's going to get the Minimax set up, and he's going to put a big toppy overhead light to basically bring up the ambient exposure inside, because outside it's bright and we don't want to be blowing at the highlights. So that's kind of how you have to bring the light level up inside to match the outside so your camera doesn't blow the highlights out. And then Jeff here is our producer today. He's the one who kind of organizes and orchestrates everything that we're doing. So his job on set, do you want to describe what your job on set is?
Make sure that people at the right departments have what they need, make sure that we're flowing on schedule, and try to mitigate as many problems as we can, but it's inevitable, so it's just roll punches.
That's kind of part of the deal. There's always plenty of problems on set, but that's why we have Jeff. So Gino, here, come on this way. Gino's our gaffer. I told you guys before, but gaffer's job is to basically handle all the lighting stuff and basically work with the DP. So I'm DPing today, and my job is to work with the gaffer and come up with the look and make sure we're meeting the director's vision. And the director for today is Dave over there. You guys might remember him from another video too. Dave with the hat over there. But Dave's directing, and his job is to kind of like work on like shot list, storyboard, like what we're actually shooting. And he worked on that with the team at Fight Camp. So as far as settings today, we're going to be shooting raw. I always like to go in and double check my settings. I told you that before. But today we're shooting raw because it's more of a controlled shoot. We know exactly what we're shooting. We just want the maximum dynamic range and the strongest file to work with in post. So super high bit rate, but that's totally fine for us for this shoot. We don't mind that, because when we send it to our colorist to work on, he's going to appreciate having those really big, strong files to work with. with the extra latitude and the ability to go in and change the white balance in post and change the exposure in post a little bit too if needed. But hopefully you won't have to. Most important lesson of all sets, make sure to eat the good snacks. Only 100 calories. Got to keep it lean and mean. All right, so we're swapping to our second setup for this scene. This one's just going to be a little push-in. It's basically like a little two-shot thing for an ad. One's going to be a tight shot on the face, and then the second one is a wider shot, which is what we're lighting for right now. This air light thing, I think it's called an air light. It's effectively like a giant air mattress that's a super powerful LED. So everybody probably knows the Aperture 600D. That's a 600 watt LED. This one is, I think it's 1500 watts. So it's more than double, which is pretty crazy. So ton of output from this light, and it's really big and soft. So it allows us to light spaces like this and kind of compete with really bright midday sun windows. But we're able to do that because we're pumping so much light in that it brings up the interior exposure so we can bring down the exterior exposure. A lot of people comment, could you just shoot a whole commercial on the C70 and not use the C500? The answer is yes, you could. You could do anything you want. But would you want to? My answer is no. Because when you adapt a PL mount lens onto the C70, you're back to Super 35, which is cool, still works. But when you want to have a wider field of view with a shallow depth of field, it's not quite as good as the true full frame sensor of the C500 Mark II. So every time you do a lens change, there's a couple things that go with it. You got to recalibrate your focus motors, and then you have to put the matte box back on. Unfortunately, I don't have the 95mm thing for my bright tangerine one, otherwise it'd be a little faster. But we're doing the best we can. And if you have first AC like Lee, then you're dialed. Hey, it's a wrap.
Like a wrap wrap? Yeah, that's wrap wrap. Whoa. It's only 5:30.
Nice. Good job, guys. Good job, good job, good job.
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Alrighty, man.
Shady, good job. Good job. Good job, Clever, behind the camera. Good job, you guys, for checking this video out. If you like this kind of video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hope you got something out of it today. See you guys in the next one. Peace.